Hey ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to talk to you about reductive charcoal drawing. Charcoal is a lot similar in graphite in certain ways where you'll need to have a soft charcoal. You know, graphite comes in like 2B, 6B, and H's and stuff. So does charcoal. So for this charcoal drawing, you want to have charcoal when you lay on this thick paper 6B. So here is my hunks of charcoal. If you look at them, they say on them what they are. Another type of charcoal you can get is this willow or charcoal that looks like this. I like this a lot. I use it a lot. That's what I'm going to use to cover my paper. You'll need a eraser that is a kneaded eraser. You know, you knead it together. If you've never seen one, you do like this to clean it. A lot of drawing kits have these gray ones in them, and charcoal usually have these gray ones in them. This one is a blue one that I like. Came from handy. I got it at the art store. So, and you'll also need some toilet paper, you know, non-traditional art medium stuff that works a lot. So, to start out with a reductive drawing, you need a white piece of paper. You want it on a flat surface. You don't want anything behind that surface because it'll do like a rubbing and make weird textures, and you don't want that. So try to get a flat surface. And to start off with, you need to cover the complete surface with your charcoal. This is a willow charcoal. Willow charcoal is very soft. This one's made by Reductive. Also, a reductive charcoal drawing is kind of messy. So if you like messy things, you're in for a treat. Because this is messy. See, already. Oh, it's comfortable. So there you go. I have this started off as such. So then after you have it covered like this, you want it to go like this. I want to do a little more. You want a little darker. Mine start out with was not very dark, so I want to color down a little more. Make it dark. your paper's truly like this and you're truly messy yourself, you know you're ready to do this. Okay, that's better. Because you want it a little bit darker than when I had it. Messy, 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 messy. So while I'm doing this, I want to talk to you about fixatives. So you want to, charcoal drawings are similar to pastels and such. You want to use a workable fixative spray on it during certain parts of the drawing. Now the important thing to think about with the charcoal drawing, you know, like all drawings, is about layering. The messed up thing about the charcoal drawing and doing layering is you want to make certain you got all your whites where you want them before you ever spray it the first time. A lot of times with charcoal drawings, you just spray it at the end with a fixative. Unlike pastels, where pastels you do in layers because you're mixing things with other colors and such. So, just like that. So, yeah, I like this pretty well. So after you get that done, you'll need your eraser. And a kneaded eraser are neat because you can mold them into different shapes. And as you can tell right now, it's kind of cleaning my hands. So anyways, you can mold kneaded erasers into different shapes. And you think of this as your drawing tool. And this is why it's reductive, because you're adding the whites. It's kind of like in reverse. So if I'm drawing, you know, anything like let's say vase. Sometimes you might want to be better to put tape on the back of the drawing and whatnot. Anywhere you touch it, you know, you want to like this. But if I'm drawing something like a bottle, it's very similar to normal drawings. You start by doing a gesture of it or figuring out the shape of one thing and drawing the other. So there's one bottle. Let's draw like an apple. I'll have an apple maybe in front of this. You need to draw a still life or something. I would recommend using a picture to draw from. I'm just BSing it right now because I'm just giving you an idea of these shapes. So, you know, I'm making mistakes, you know, I've gotten these little smudges. You can use your toilet paper to go back in and fix anything like that. And then you got areas like you can go back in with the charcoal and fix certain areas too if you don't like how they are. Like, you know, if you want a darker, you're back here. And you can do it and blend it. So I can go back and start adding more darks. The other type of charcoal sometimes does better than this with the vinyl, because the willow is so soft. But I would use the willow or soft to trying to start getting the ideas where your lights and darks is. And you can't really mess up. This is a lot more forgiving than a pencil drawing because it just, anywhere you want it, you can do that with your toilet paper and stuff. And then if your eraser gets so dirty, you can go back and re-clean it, you know, and start adding details and stuff in with it. It's very forgiving. So after I've drawn this out with a soft charcoal, I will go back in with some of the harder ones to make certain, you know, where some of the dark shapes are, to make certain they don't smudge away. But I would not do that until I got the drawing completely worked out. But as you look at this, you know, you see it's adding lights and darks. I'm thinking about the contour of the shapes whenever I drew them out, remember? So like an apple circular, where I want a circular shape, draw it out. And such stuff. So there's no really big mistakes and stuff you can do with this. Just think and enjoy it. There's a dark bottle here. Think about lights and darks when you're doing this. And you see, I'm thinking about the lines. If I had this bottle here, the shape of the bottle, the contour. So you know, you're really dark, really light, you know, with charcoal. So you got all kinds of value ranges and such with charcoal. Maybe so that's a good start. And in these areas that I've kind of that, think about motion in the background to make everything feel unified and consistent. Try to make, whenever you're working on the background, try to make everything consistently go in one direction, especially when you get ready towards the end. That way it helps unify it and doesn't give it as much busyness. You see how that kind of helped clean it up. So there you go. That is the idea of doing reductive. Reductive means taking away. So it's dark and you wipe it away. Reductive charcoal is a lot more forgiving than pencil because you can erase easier, especially if you use soft charcoal. If you go and start using a harder charcoal, it does not erase as easy. So you want to stay with soft until you get all your lines, everything where you want it, and then you can move on to harder charcoal to make things more of a permanent. So anyways, that's all I'm going to talk about. If you have any questions or anything, please comment and let me know. Thank you. Have a good day and a good night and a good weekend.